Hi and welcome back to another Dice Tower review. This is Judy and Michael from the Nerd Shelves.
Today we have a beautiful game to look at. This game is called Trekking the World.
This game is for 2 to 5 players and is designed by Charlie Bink and published by Underdog Games.
So why don't you come join us at the table and we'll show you how to play Trekking the World. Then when we're done, come back up top and we'll tell you our thoughts.
Yeah. In Trekking the World, the players race to visit the world's most popular destinations, collect souvenirs along the way, travel the globe, take a tour, go on journeys to prove that you're the most experienced traveler in Trekking the World. To set up Trekking the World, first place the map in the center of the table. Each player take one tracker and matching suitcase of their chosen color, placing the suitcase in front of them, and in turn order, placing their tracker on an empty airport spot. Randomly, draw souvenir cubes, placing them on each location on the map. Place the 4 most souvenirs tiles near the map. Randomly select 6 region bonus tokens, placing 1 on each region bonus token spot. Shuffle the destination cards and place them as a deck near the board. Then draw 4 destination cards and place them face up beside the deck. Place an A and B journey cards on the corresponding spots on the board. Shuffle the track cards and deal 3 to each player, placing the remaining cards face down as a deck near the board. Finally, take the top 4 track cards and place them face up near the deck. You're now ready to play Trekking the World.
Trekking the World is played in turn order, with each player first moving around the map, then taking one of a possible 3 different actions, until the end of the game is triggered. At this point, all of the players count up their victory points, and the player with the most points is the winner. Before a player's turn, they first have the option to fly to another location on the map. If a player starts their turn on an airport, they have the option to instantly move to any other airport on the board before taking their turn. A player's regular turn consists of 2 phases. First, if possible, a player must move. The player discards 1 or more Trek cards from their hand with the combined value that is exactly equal to the number of connections to the location they wish to move. When moving, the color of the card does not matter, but only the number value on each card. Players may not use a single connection more than once in a move and may not move through or land on any location with another player. The player moves their trekker to the new location, and if there is a souvenir cube at that location, they collect it and put it in their suitcase. When a player collects a souvenir cube, they place it in their suitcase on the leftmost open spot of the corresponding color. If all spots of a color have been filled, each additional cube goes in the long slot on the right. Players will collect victory points at the end of the game based on completed sets of souvenirs. One set is having all 4 types of souvenirs. In this example, the player would score 17 victory points. After placing a souvenir cube in your suitcase, if you have more of that type than any other player, you may claim the most souvenir tile, which gives you victory points at the end of the game. At any point during the game, if another player gains more cubes than you have, that player then takes the tile from you. Finally, if you collect the last souvenir cube from one of the regions on the map, you also claim that region's bonus token. These tokens are worth different victory points, so you may look at it, but keep it secret from other players.
Once a player has completed the move phase, they must then choose one of the following actions. Draw 2 track cards, or take a tour, or a journey. If a player chooses to draw 2 track cards, they may take cards from the face-up cards or draw from the top of the deck, adding them to their hand. If you draw a face-up card, immediately refill its empty spot from the deck. There should always be 4 face-up track cards to choose from.
Instead of drawing cards, players may also take a tour. To take a tour of one of the face-up destination cards, a player's trekker must be at the corresponding location on the map. The player then discards the corresponding trek cards that match the icons and color shown on the destination card and places it in front of them. The destination cards in the rightmost and second rightmost spots are considered must-see destinations and award the player who tours them with additional victory points, 5 and 3 points respectively. After any destination card has been taken, slide the remaining destination cards to the right, filling the leftmost spot with a card from the top of the deck. Destination cards are also worth victory points at the end of the game.
Finally, players may choose to take a journey. This allows players to activate one of the journey cards on the board. To activate a journey card, the player must discard 2 track cards from their hand which have the same icon or color. The number values do not matter. Actions listed on the journey cards are performed from top to bottom, and players do not have to perform all of the actions listed. Journey cards stay on the board throughout the game and can be activated any number of times, even by the same player.
Play continues as players take turns traveling the world, taking tours, and going on journeys, until one of the end of game conditions is triggered. If 5 of the 6 region bonus tokens have been claimed, or a player tours their 5th destination card, that player finishes their turn and the game ends. Players then add up their victory points for the most souvenir tiles, region bonus tokens, victory points, destination cards, and souvenir sets collected in their suitcases. The player with the most victory points has become the most experienced traveler and is the winner of Trekking the World.
So there you have it, Trekking the World. What do you think?
First of all, I think this game is gorgeous. I think it is a beautiful game. I love the art on all of the destination cards, how they're like watercolor paintings. I think the component quality is beautiful. I'm a sucker for maps.
Yes.
I love maps. And it's a giant map on the table, bright cubes, colorful. The art is fantastic. I mean, it's just such a beautiful game.
Yeah, I think we talk about this when we play. It's used different colors and it's just so bright.
It's so bright.
Yeah, and
absolutely.
like you said, yes, the map, it's just so pretty.
It is. And even the trekking cards you get, I mean, it's great because they have the suits on them or the icons, but they also have really bright colors. And I think that's a really great idea because there's this growing trend where games are getting better for people who might be colorblind. So it's not just colors, they have the icons on them too,
Yes.
Which is really cool.
Yes.
But not only is it beautiful, I think the component quality is incredible. Yeah?
Yeah, they put a lot of thoughts in the game design.
The design, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's another game with a great insert. I love inserts.
I know. When I see that, when we unbox, actually, the first thing I saw is there's insert.
Yeah.
And they come with the score pads.
Score pads, which
I'm
you
a
love.
sucker for score pads.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
But the gameplay, though, it's definitely a lighter game. But don't let that fool you because it can be very mean.
Yeah, turning points. I was very surprised when I'm kind of stuck somewhere and I was worried to do something mean to you, but then you did something mean to me, and then I decide I'm just gonna go for it.
It's true. Yeah,
It's fun.
Those journey cards can be quite mean. I mean, they change every game you play, which is quite neat because they make the game different every time. But one of the ones that we had when we played was you can change places with any other player on the board. And I remember you were just about to visit one of the destinations, and I thought, nope, I got to stop that. So I moved you to the other side.
It's not the one you have to get 3 components to get that.
3 Trek cards.
That was really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
So just think that how hard you have to try, pay 3 cards to get the other guy off the spot so you can get on it. That is brutal.
But it was worth it just to move you to the other side of the board. Like I said, this game can be very mean. But other than that, I think the game, it's definitely a lighter game. After you do your move action, you only have really 3 choices. To take cards, to visit a destination, or go on a journey. That's really all you can do.
I like it though. It's very straightforward.
Very straightforward.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I mean, it's super accessible. Many people can play it. I know if we have some of our friends that aren't as big of gamers as we are, we can easily put this on the table and teach them how to play.
That'll be a good intro games for new players.
Absolutely.
New board game players. Yeah. And also, another thing I have to mention is on the scenery, if you turn it to the back, they have the introduction. I love those educational stuff.
Yeah.
I'm kind of nerdy about it.
Absolutely. Yeah, like other games have that as well that we've talked about.
So I really enjoy they include that part.
I agree with you. I mean,
love
it could slow the game down a little bit, but flipping over every destination and reading the fun facts about it, that's so cool.
Especially when it comes with a map, you gotta know, right?
Yeah,
you gotta know.
You're right. It is very educational. There's lots of great things that people could learn. You're right. So I mean, it's really good for an entry-level game or for new gamers, but I enjoyed it as well.
Me too.
Right? So heavy gamers or experienced gamers, it's good enough for everybody to enjoy it.
Definitely. It's not as meaty, but it's fun.
Absolutely.
Something you can play after work on Friday night. Definitely.
And it's fast.
Yes, that's another good point. I love it.
I think with 2 players, our second game anyways, we definitely finished within an hour.
Yeah.
Easily.
It's fast.
It was probably closer to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's something quick and it's good for new board gamer and it's fun and educational.
Yeah. What's not to like?
Right?
It's great. Yeah.
So, okay.
So that's it today. I hope you enjoyed our video. And if you haven't done so already, go check out Trekking the World.
Yeah, definitely give it a try.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.